I'm about to call our first speaker. His name is Ramo Phalatse from Design Strategy Executive Wapanka Yarona. Thank you so much. Kupale meshele matso. La bona le first smile. So you kupela yes.
Thank you, Carol.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Business is tough, guys. Yes, as business is tough. And I know what I'm talking about. Before I joined Nedbank, I spent 12 years running a business of my own, so I know. But one of the things I think that are difficult with businessing is convincing customers to buy from us. I'm sure Gibwa for everybody here who's got a business that it's difficult. I mean, it's very difficult, right? Libabang, I'm sure they're struggling with that right now. But it doesn't have to be a struggle if you understand just one simple thing, which is when you solve a problem for a customer better than your competition does, customers start looking for you. And selling becomes much, much easier. Guys, don't get me wrong. You still need to sell. By no means am I suggesting that we don't need to sell. But you'll be selling to customers who are already motivated to want to do business with you. I think for me, doing business without selling is like, let's say, I've paid you a visit, and we're sitting in your home and we're sitting in your lounge. I've never visited you before. And Ramo looks thirsty, And you say to me, hey, Ramo, just go to the kitchen there and sort yourself out. I'm sure I need something, I'm on kitchening. There's no way if I go to Kuala that I'm going to do that, right? Unless because I'm not going to do that, right? Because it's awkward for me. And I think it's the same thing we have to do as entrepreneurs, is that if you're to bring me a tray, with a nice sort of cold drink, it's going to be difficult for me to resist that offer, right? And so selling for me is that skill. It's a skill of making offers that we have to learn as business people. We have to learn how to put offers in front of our clients because they're not going to do it themselves. But today I'd like to say, and rather talk about how do we then make sure that our customers are motivated to buy from us before we start selling, guys. I thought about 5 things that I want to share Lilona this morning. And the first one is this idea, please don't sell your products and services. Solve the problem that you know you're solving for your customer. Maybe a question to ask ourselves as entrepreneurs is, do I know the problem that I solve for my customers? And can I explain it to somebody who's not in my business, right? Why is this important? Because frankly, we know customers don't care about our products. Frankly, they don't care about your services. They care about their problem. But saying worried about their problem. And so making it easy to see that the customer can see that you solve their problem and that you're the best solution for their problem is critical. The second thing I thought about sharing this morning was this idea, be in the right place at the right time. And maybe that will be true for some of us this morning, right? This idea, where are my customers when they need what I sell the most? Where are they? And is my business visible and reachable to my customers when they're there? I want to give an example of someone I thought who did this well. My wife has been going to the same saloon in Pretoria for years. And one time we like a weekend and they couldn't help her. So she went to a salon just around the corner. Now this lady who owns the second salon did something interesting. As she's attending to my wife's hair, she asked my wife, hey, I've never seen you before. Where do you do your hair? Oh, okay, why didn't you do your hair there today? My wife explained, no, they were busy today. Oh, so you can't do your hair during the week? No, I'm too busy with work during the week. Then what this lady says to my wife next, she says, no, man, because you're busy, and I'll come to you. Somebody lost a customer that day. You understand that? Somebody lost a customer that day because this woman understood how to put her business in the right place in the right time to accommodate my wife. The fourth point I wanted to talk about is make it easy. Asking ourselves as entrepreneurs, how do my customers behave? What are in their routine? You know, guys, somebody can find you and realize that you're a better business than the business I used before. But if it's too much hassle, if I have to change too much as a customer, I'll stay with that other business, even though they're not as good as you are. So this idea of understanding that people are creatures of habit, and studying your customers, asking, where do they shop? How do they prefer to pay? When do they buy? And once you know all these things, it's matching your business to those behaviors and those preferences is fundamental. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was this idea of making yes from the customer a risk-free answer. Because there's a risk in saying yes, right? Asking yourself, okay, Mabel, what's preventing my customers from buying from me? Is it my pricing? Is it the competition? Is it my location? Is it the options I'm providing? And eliminate those barriers. I was thinking about, we all know these artisans, the tilers and plumbers and painters who sit outside Budi Builder's Warehouse, right? Those guys have got one of the principles I spoke about right. They are where they're in the right place at the right time. Okay, they know that the customer who's going inside Builders to buy materials probably wants to do that work today. But to this point about making yes risk-free, I think to myself often, and I think, how can one of these guys stand out from the rest? What could they do? Because I know as a customer, I don't know you, I don't know the quality of your work, I don't know how fair your pricing is. Do you, Akit, Banani design normally, do you have something there with a sign that says, no, here's my WhatsApp number, you can see my work, or here are my clients that I've worked with, you can get testimonials, or try before you buy. Onyago Tyler, just the quality of my work, obligation free before we talk about business. I don't know, I could say, but this idea of making the yes a risk-free answer is important. Any one of these principles that I've shared, I think are powerful for a business. Mara, I think the magic happens when they're combined. Reboletika, this example of these gents who provide artisanal skills like tiling and plumbing and the like. And I spoke about how they already solved that first round of being in the right place at the right time. They've solved the problem of being available immediately to the customer. They could make the yes a risk-free answer by having photos and testimonials or a try before you buy something. They can make it easy for their customers to work with them by saying, no, Ramo, if you're happy, just send me a voice note, Nyana, and I can use it as a testimonial for the next time. It's a small ask, and I'd be happy to accommodate it. But the cornerstone of those four things, I think, is the problem solving. Because here's the reality. If you don't solve your customer's problem, nothing else matters. But if you do solve your customer's problem, and your customer believes that you solve that problem better than the other options, everything else becomes easier. I know how to price. Because if I've got a big problem I'm solving, I can attach a big price to it. I know how to position my business. I know how to market my business. I know which customers to talk to about my business. I'd like to share an example of a South African company that is very clear on where they show up. They are very clear on why they exist and who they serve, because they are very clear on the problem that they solve. Guys, if you can play the video for me, please.
Management consultant intern at Xolisa. This is one of our outlets located just outside Alex Mall in Alexandra. Let's go right in. As you can see, Xolisa is a nano-retailer selling food and other essential items using a weigh and pay model. This means you can come with however much you have at your disposal and buy products from us to get you through the day, a few days, even the week. We have breakfast products, tea bags going for 60 cents each, soups, spices, and staple foods like beans, sugar, maize meal, mabele, rice, you name it. And as mentioned before, we use a weigh and pay model. Our mission is to make affordable, nutritious food accessible to everyone, focusing mainly on serving the low-income earning community. My favorite part of the day, seeing the satisfaction in the faces of our customers. Anyway, see you tomorrow on another Sprint Day with me as I tell you more about who we are. Cheers.
I love this example, Yatwalisa, because, and one of our presenters spoke to it earlier, you know, low-income earning South Africans often have to suffer two disadvantages when it comes to buying everyday household goods. One, they can't afford to buy in bulk, and so they often lose out on the savings that come with buying items in bulk. And two, the items that are then available are often processed foods that offer little nutritional value. So here's a weigh and pay model from Gwalisa that allows customers to buy only what they need at bulk prices, making that healthy, quality food accessible and affordable for them. A problem well understood. If I can leave you with a thought, later in the morning when you are networking with everybody else in the room, guys, please don't talk about your products and services. Explain the problem that you solve. And I guarantee you the conversation will be a different one. Sales don't come from pushing your business. I think they come from solving problems. And when customers understand that you can solve their problem, they're already halfway to saying yes. Galebocha, thank you.
Ke kgopela photographer in standby. We're gonna need your picture with the mic and without a mic. That's the one. Yeah, the camera person. Oh, there he is. Yes. Before you go, mara kilibidi mo staging. Thank you so very much. I would like to ask from the audience if there's any of you who've got questions for him. At least one question, there at the back. We have a lady. They're going to give you a mic. There's a mic coming from behind. Yes. Yeah. The camera. Yeah, we sorted. Shoot you.
Hi, my name is Dudu. The question that I have is, so in terms of solving your customers' problems, if the problem that you have with your customer is that I market my company mainly on social media, so I find that people are willing to buy, but they're mostly skeptical of being scammed. So this is the problem that I have. I try to make it better by asking them to deposit 50% and the rest upon delivery. But they're still a bit shaky and some.
Dudu, can I ask, what do you sell?
I make gift products. Gift boxes, hampers, birthday gifts.
You sell gift products, you say?
Yes, gift boxes.
Sure, Dudu, that's interesting. So look, I think the thinker social, which makes it tricky, is you want to give me a way to prove your credibility. Because the problem you've got is that people don't know whether go patela 100% or 50% is Dudu gonna run away with my money, is ultimately the challenge, I think. So I would encourage you to think about how do I get people other than me and other than my business who perhaps my customers trust, whether those are other platforms, other individuals who've got strong followings, to back my credibility. Would be something I'd think about.
Thank you.
Are you answered? Are you happy?
Yes.
Okay. For the fact that you asked that nice question, that is actually going to help almost everybody. we're going to sort out with a gift. Remember, I said I'm an Oprah, right? So right now, we would like to give you our gift as a team.
Thank you.
We thank you so very much for taking your time and being with us.
Thank you very
we
much,
appreciate you.
Ke a leboga.
Thank you.